We're here again to prove that opposite angles of a cyclic chord are supplementary. This time around, I am going to use a different theory. I'm going to use angles in the same segment. So what I'm going to do is I am going to construct. And what I'm going to construct is just going to join all my angles there. All right. So join construction would be to join what? AC. This doesn't include the center. Join AC and what? BD. I'm going to move around. So you've got to keep your eyes opened. Is that okay? Got to keep your eyes opened. All right. Let's look at chord. Let's focus on chord BC. We're going to look at all the chords. All right. Chord BC. Check this. If I am looking, let me get a highlighter for you. If I am looking at chord BC, chord BC subtends this angle A. Okay, so let's call this X. We're going to use letters or small letters, whichever one we want to use. P, Q, R, S. Doesn't really matter. Okay, let's call this X. Now, if you check chord BC again, chord BC, it also subtends that angle there. Oh, sweet. It also subtends that angle. Ah, okay, we can call it, let's label it 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay, so angle A1 is equal to angle D2. Angle A1 is equal to angle what? D2. All right? Angles in the same segment. I like this one because I am going to use this proof for everything, this statement. Okay, now let's go look at the next chord. Let's look at chord DC. Okay, going to use my highlighter for you again. Chord DC. Check chord DC. All right. Chord DC. Do you see there? All right. And that. So A2 is equal to what? B2. Do we see? A2. Let me do that again. That angle from DC. That angle from DC. All right. Chord that. So we say A2 is equal to what? D2. Same reason. Okay, just to make it, I want to run very fast. Let's look at the next chord. We're moving around. Chord AD. I'm sure you have already seen, if you follow through, the same reason. Okay, AD. Check here. What does that give us? That, all right, and that. B1 and C1. I'll do that again for you. Okay. You see that? Angles in the same segment. C1, B1. Let's quickly write that. C1 is equal to B1. Angles in the same segment. We'll finish all of that. Now, let's check, therefore, the last chord AB. So I am just moving around and using the same reason. Chord AB. Oh, let's use something different. Chord AB. Okay, produces C2. All right, so D1 and what? C2. D1 and C2. Okay, so D1, let's check. D1 is equal to what? C2. Angles in the same segment. All right, now that we've done all of this, this is a quadrilateral. It means all of these angles must then give me what? 360 degrees. Okay, it means 1 plus D2 plus 8. All right. Wait, I made a mistake somewhere. Chord DC. Let's just check quickly. Chord DC. Just a second. Chord DC. We said A2 is equal to, for chord DC, A2 is equal to B2. Yes, I knew there was a mistake here. B2. All right. So let me rewrite all of this quickly. So we say what? A1 plus D2 plus A2 plus B2 plus C1 plus B1 plus D1 plus C2 equals to 360. Sum of angles in a quadrilateral. Oh, now remember what we want to prove. We want to B and D. Okay, we want to prove B and D. So we've got to factor that out. B1 plus B2 plus D1 plus D2. That's where we're going. But what I'm going to do right now, since angle A1 is equal to angle D2, I am just going to change all the angles. So these two are different. All right, sorry. These two are the same, okay? AB plus B2, the same. C1 plus B1, the same. I'm going to use a single letter to represent that. D1 plus C2, the same. But whatever I do, it must have B2, D1, and what? D2. So can I come here and say 2D2, because this is equal to that, all right? Plus, now we talk about A2 and what? B2. My focus is to have B2, okay? So I have what? 2B2 plus, interesting. I need a B1. C1 is equal to B1, 2B1 plus, I need A because I'm focusing on this angle and that angle. All right, so D1 and C2 would be equal to 2. D1 should be equal to what? 360. Let's factorize 2 out. What do we have? D2 plus B2 plus B1 plus D1 equals to 360. Automatically, if we divide both sides by 2, what do you see? We are left with what? D2 plus B2 plus B1 plus D1 equals to 180. Go back to your diagram and you'll be shocked. What is B1 plus B2? That is angle B. What is D1 D2? That's angle D. D1 and D2. Oh, therefore, angle B plus angle D equals to what? 180 degrees. The beauty of this one is I am using the same reason, angles in the same segment for all my proofs. And then I add all together, I'm done. That's how to prove that opposite angles of a cyclic chord are supplementary.